in 20 minutes, we got a surprise for everybody. So everybody who sticks around, and this includes anybody on YouTube on the live, we're going to be doing a little raffle at the end, a wheel. We're going to spin the wheel, and if you registered for this, and or you're live on YouTube, you're gonna your name's going to be in that wheel, and we're going to spin it, and whoever gets it either can do a night out, or we do a lot of content with this sprinter. I'm in it now, and we'll drive it to your business or your house, wherever, if you work out of your house, and we'll do a podcast style, 15, 20 minutes, and then we'll edit it and make videos for you, which is great for your company and your social media and stuff. So anyway, that's for my thank you for sticking around and watching this 20 minutes. I know your time's valuable, and I appreciate that. So anyway, stick to the end. That'll be that. So let's get started. So first thing is, why did I build One Home? What was the purpose of it? And I saw a big problem, and that problem is sites like Angie, Thumbtack, Yelp, and believe it or not, Facebook. There's experts on Facebook. Everybody thinks they know everything. So when somebody goes to Facebook and says, "Does anybody know an electrician that I could hire?" And all of a sudden, there's 20 people that recommend their cousin and this and that. It's turned into a total disaster. It's a big reason why the home industry is so fragmented, because of this. And homeowners just don't trust companies like they did back in the day. And I believe it's because of sites like this that are just selling leads. I mean, somebody could get out of prison and buy leads from any of these sites, and all of a sudden you get somebody who's just out of jail. That it's just not a good business model. And our solution is One Home Service. And how I'm doing it is I'm building trust back with the homeowners. I'm going to show you that today of how we're doing it. We're eliminating those shady companies. We're selecting the top two companies in each county. Broward's our first market, but actually, I should say Broward, Palm Beach, and Dade, the Tri-County area is our first. But my goal on this is my third company that I've started. And I want to do this big. I'm 51 years old. I want to make something that's going to really impact and make a big difference. So Broward's our test, but really I'm looking at how do I impact nationally. Um, so One Home was built, and there's four main features to One Home. The first is you could store all your documents. The analogy I'll give you is we used to all have that drawer as a kid that you would put everything within. Your mom and dad would keep everything in that drawer, in that kitchen drawer. Everything would be in there. And you'd spend, 5 minutes going through it to find it. But that drawer now turns into the vault, which is, you just take a picture of it there. So it just helps you stay organized. So that's one benefit. Another one, which is probably the biggest one for our app, is it notifies you when you have to update. I'm sorry, when you have to do maintenance on your house. So like your dryer vent, when that needs to be cleaned, anything that has to do with maintenance, it updates you and tells you that it's just a notification system. The other one, which is on the top right, is the trusted vendors. These are companies this is the two companies that we're selecting now. We've vetted companies and we put them in front of the homeowner. We have over 70 categories. So everything from pressure washing to painting to plumbing to electrician, you name it. We find the best two, put them on there, and then we save so much time and money to the homeowner. The other thing is you can stay organized and track it, and that's the main purpose of this app. It's One Home, everything about your house in one spot. So that's how we built it, as a tool for homeowners, again, to build trust back in an industry that's lost so much of it. So we've only been in business now 14 months, but we've gotten some really good traction. We're 590 now homeowners, active homeowners, who have installed the app. They have their address, phone number, cell, everything. And we've got multiple case studies, which you're going to hear a few of them today. So we proved it. It works. People like it. They trust it. We've also gotten some press, which tells me that and these are all organic. I didn't pay for any of this stuff, but there's a need for this because of those sites that I mentioned. Um, so I talk about success. First, I'm going to say the vendor success, and this is companies that have worked with One Home for the last year, more than a year, some of them. And by the way, these companies paid a premium. They paid 640 or higher a month to be part of it. And I did some content, I did other marketing things for them, but they're one of the founding members of this, and they're still with us, the companies that you see here. So that says something, that they wouldn't be paying that high amount. 640 is a lot of money for a small business, if they didn't see value in that. So we've had some really good vendor success stories. We're getting some incredible early success with homeowners. I'm going to play a video here that is going to has four homeowners, I believe four or five, that talk about their experience with one home. One of them, I'm going to prep it now, has not he's hasn't used one home yet. However, he's an investor because he saw the need for it. He just moved in South Florida in Parkland 6 months ago, and he's like, this is needed. So he goes, I just went through this myself and said I got burned. So you'll hear him. So I'm going to play these, just a couple minutes of testimonials.
This is Brian Taylor. I live at 9601 Eden Manor in Parkland Golf. I have used one home service for
Can you
about a
guys hear
year
that, Joe?
now, approximately
Yes, we can.
$130,000 worth of renovations. What I loved about it is I was able to click on the app, find some vetted candidates, and pretty quickly. I have been very happy with every project that I've done so far.
Hey guys, just wanted to give a quick shout out to the One Home Services app. Used it a couple times at home for landscaping and air conditioning, but came into the office once it started raining again. We had a roof leak right over our server. We had to get it fixed quickly. Jumped on the One Home Services app, found the local roofing company, and they literally came out the same day and saved us. Appreciate you guys.
We bought a new house about 7 months ago, and we wound up doing a lot of work to it, much more than we had planned. The process of getting vendors was overwhelming, and I wish we knew about an app like One Home back then. We would have had one place to get trusted vendors that we knew were vetted. We wound up doing the front yard, the backyard, the roof, painted the house, a new kitchen, plumbing work, sliding doors, garage doors, and along the way, I'm pretty sure we got a little bit scammed and spent a few $1,000s more on some projects than we needed to. So I'm grateful that an app like One Home exists to the next new homeowner that feels slightly overwhelmed by having a lot of work to do with their house.
Hey everybody, my name is Mike Guerreri, and I'm a homeowner here in Parkland, Florida, and I recently used One Home Services to hire a plumber. Had a leaky toilet that needed some service. And the reason why I went with One Home is because, I know they're highly vetted. I wanted a plumber who was good at plumbing and not necessarily good at winning SEO. And I think consumers have gotten kind of savvy to the fact that just because you rank the highest in search doesn't mean that you're the best in the area at what you do. But, I know One Home is very selective. So if you make the cut and you're accepted into One Home, I can trust the quality of the work. Time is money. I don't have to read a bunch of reviews. I don't have to ask a bunch of neighbors, who would you recommend? I know I have it all as a one-stop shop right there in One Home. And that's exactly what happened. The vendor came, they did the work that they needed to do. They were on time, on budget, and that's all you can ask for. So it was a great experience for me, and that's why I know I can trust One Home and everybody who's listening in it. And it was, that's why I'll keep coming back.
All right. So those are real customers that are using One Home, that have spent. The first guy that went has literally spent over 130,000. He's had like 5, 6, I think, companies come out. He loves it. Now he's bought 3 houses in Parkland Golf in the last like 5 years. So every time he moves into a house, he needs it. And the beauty of what that, the last year has taught me, and I've learned a ton in the last year, but the benefit of it was that people that move into a house, like the guy that was standing, his name's Kyle, and he was explaining how, he got burned. He moved here 6 months ago and he didn't know who to get. It was like crossing his fingers and hoping and he went to Angie's and all these sites like that. But that's when people are spending money, when they move into a house. So while the whole 2025, I spent trying to get individual homeowners, that was a mistake on my part. You learn it. That's part of business, is you make mistakes. And I definitely made a big mistake because I spent a lot of time and a lot of money. And while it was good, we got almost 600 homeowners signed up. It was a lot of work to get 600. And again, these are people that have lived in their house, some of them 10 years, 20 years, 15 years, that have their own people, a lot of them. And I said, I'm missing something. And on December 5th, I woke up in the morning and I said, I don't know if it was a dream I had or what, but I'm like, I've got it. And here's what the big change was. And it had to do with active listings, homes that are on the market. And there's over 20,000 houses just in Broward County that are on the market right now. Now, that's every house. We don't want to target everyone. That includes condos that are 150,000. That's not our market. So our market is $800,000 and higher. So homes like the one you're looking at there, these are somebody's moving in that house. And that first 6 months that somebody moves in, more money spent. And that's a statistic fact there that people spend money when they move in. We want to be in front of them and specifically with our vendors, you, and that was the big aha moment that I had is that's our market. There's about 4,200 of those houses right now on the market. By the way, every day there's new ones coming up. So this is it's a never ending amount. And by the way, more people are moving into South Florida than ever before, which is a good thing for your business. So we want to get those people and we want to get you in front of those people before they even start looking. And how we do that is we build trust by giving them incredible value, the homeowner, with our One Home app. And then you're there. You're the one of two companies. They hit a button, and then there's two companies that are now, um, uh, getting that working for that business. So how was I going to get in the house was the question, and this is the answer. It's the One Home Concierge Box. For those of you that are on YouTube watching it, this is what the box looks like. And these are it's a little bit nicer than this. This is our we have 12 of these that are just like demo models. But the big thing with this is you get a nice welcome letter. You actually get a hard copy. Believe it or not, some people still like the hard copy things, but there's an iPad in it, and this iPad is preloaded with everything about that house, title policy, any important paperwork. It's all preloaded, and more importantly, or just as important, is your company's in it. So any of our top two vendors in each category are in there. And this makes it really easy for them and saves the homeowner time because we've vetted these companies. These are companies that we've trusted. So this concierge box is how we're getting in the homes. Next question is who's going to get them in the homes? And actually, before I tell you that, let me show you a quick video on the concierge box just so you could see it.
Okay, wait. This is actually so cool. I just received the One Home Concierge box. It feels Rolex level luxury. When I opened it, there's a tablet inside that was preloaded with everything I need to manage my house. I didn't have to download a thing. Here's the best part. One Home certifies the top two companies in each industry. If I need a painter or a plumber, I just click Get Quote, and the top two companies reach out to me. I can use it to take pictures of warranties, appliance tags, important documents, and it stores everything in the One Home vault. The One Home tablet also notifies me when maintenance needs to be done, like cleaning the dryer vent, things I would normally forget until it becomes a problem.
So that's the One Home Concierge box. And we're selling that to real estate agents, luxury agents, insurance brokers, custom builders, wealth managers, and there's even more if you look on on the bottom, excuse me, on the bottom there, property management companies, title companies. There's a lot of this is our distribution. So my job now is to build these relationships with these luxury real estate offices, these brokers, insurance brokers, and this is a great gift for them to give a homeowner. And so that they can order this and not have to worry about you know calling us and saying how can I get one they actually get a portal. The distributors get a portal access to this, and this is the example of that portal where they can log on, any of their agents or anybody, and I'm going to show you, kind of walk you through how this looks. So here's how simple it is. And by the way, it's not just it could be anybody. So if you own a pest control company. We have a Dr. Bugs as our pest control company, so that category is taken. But if you're Dr. Bugs and you wanted to give some of your top, let's say you have a big client, that this is a great gift to send them. So we're going to be selling these and using this portal. So as simple as adding a client. They just go to here, add a client, and it's a really quick process. How they want to get in touch. If there's a close, most of them are going to be upcoming closings, but if not, it could be, is it a new home purchase, a listing gift? And then at the end, you put the property details, but at the end of this, you put how you want it delivered. Do you want us to deliver it, like ship it to the home, or do you want us to bring it to you and then you hand deliver it to them? So it's just a real classy gift for homeowners, people moving in a house. And by the way, it doesn't have to be just people moving in. They could be in a house for a while. It's a really a good tool. It's like, what are we doing to get in these homes? So one is the concierge gift, which is new homes, realtors, insurance agents. Think of closing on a house. Think of the guy Kyle that was speaking, and he said that he moved 6 months ago, and he said if I had that, it would have saved me so much time and money. So that gift is going to him. And by the way, I should have mentioned this earlier. It's loaded. The iPad is branded with that real estate company, the title company, whoever it is that bought that gift. It's their brand all over it. So it's an incredible way to get in front of homeowners and be in front of them all the time, because this is something that's going to stay with that house. Now, the One Home certification. This is not out yet. It's going to be coming in July, June, July. It's actually ready now. We have it. And again, this is the same thing where they get the same box, the same iPad tablet loaded. But this is existing home. So somebody who's lived in a house for 10 years, 20 years, and they're not really taking care of their house, or they're waiting for the roof to leak, or this, which a lot of people do. This is proactive. So it's basically certifying the house. And I'm going to play a little video here. I apologize again for YouTube on that. Anybody who's watching that, because they're not able to see this. We'll fix that next time for sure.
Your home is one of your biggest investments, but without regular upkeep, small issues can turn into expensive problems. One Home Service protects your investment by handling the essential maintenance most homeowners overlook, saving you time, stress, and money. When you hire us, your home becomes One Home certified. What does that actually mean? It means your home gets a full 30-point professional maintenance checklist. Every major system that protects your home gets inspected, cleaned, and documented. Now here's where it gets powerful. Every time our service tech does a task, he takes a picture or video of it, and that goes straight into your One Home app. It becomes your home's digital profile, kind of like a Carfax, but for your house. And when it's time to sell, think of how prospects are going to feel when they can see all the maintenance work that's been done and documented. And in the meantime, you get the peace of mind of knowing your home is protected, documented, and maintained the right way. If you want your home to run smoother, last longer, and sell for more money, get it One Home certified today.
Like a Carfax for your home. Picture it this way. Our goal is to get the One Home tablet, the One Home app, whether they use the tablet or just on their cell phone, into these houses. And this is how we're doing it. So we're very proactive. We're putting you in the home before they need anything. And then it's such a benefit to the homeowner, because now they have a Carfax, literally a document. And if they do it the right way, and they have the iPad loaded, and they pay the $800 and they get the tablet with that, with everything preloaded in there. Now, when they sell that house, think about that going to the buyer saying, by the way, everything is One Home certified. I've got everything in here. So it's really a benefit, huge benefit for the homeowner. And again, our goal is to build trust in an industry that's lost so much of it. So that's the One Home certification. And right now we're finalizing the top 2 spots. So this is it. Once it's taken, it's taken. Our electrician, we have one that's already secured it. Frazier, Robert, I believe. Man, I appreciate you. So you have the one spot. There's one more open, and for Broward. But we're finalizing it. 2 companies in Broward County in each industry. And here's the price. So this price will change. It's going to go up. I'm not going to. It's that price of $49. My cost is way over that. $490 a year is what it is to be one of the 2. Or you could lock in 2 years at $950. It's month to month. So if you choose the first option, it's just month to month. But like I said, it might change. If you select 12-month or 24-month, you're locked in, you're grandfathered in. So what I'm trying to do is get case studies. I want to get Broward as the one that says this is, and I have good case studies from the vendors that paid $640 a month. So I look at it now as, now we have two though. Back then we only had one company per category, but we're not doing that anymore. Now it's all two. But I grandfather the ones that were one. There's only one in that. Like we only have the roofers. There's only one in Broward. Dade, there's going to be two. Palm Beach, there'll be two roofers. But this pricing is so incredible for what we're doing, the value we're doing. Not to mention, I didn't mention this earlier, we're going to be writing press releases and content on social media about who we selected as the top two. So talk about great exposure for your brand for such an incredible price. My goal is at the end of the year to sit down with each one of the vendors. And again, I want to build a network. This is a referral group too that for you, because we'll do some networking events throughout the year. But I want to come to you and say, what do you think? What's the value? What was your return on investment? And it might be $220 a month. It might be $300. I don't know what the price is. When I go to Orlando, it won't be this for sure. It's going to be a higher price. But I want to use this as a way to win trust and build success stories with the vendors. So anyway, that's all I got now. Now it's time for the fun part. Here we go. And the winner of the night out in the Sprinter is
Who's that?
Bonnie Smart. Bonnie Smart is the winner. All right, Bonnie. So congratulations, Bonnie. You get either, and I believe Bonnie's in the insurance business, if I remember, which is
Yes, that's correct.
awesome.
Yeah.
So she could either decide on doing the podcast content in the Sprinter or a night out, and that's with a driver. And she can go 4 hours out to dinner, whatever she wants to do, or the video content inside the Sprinter. So we're going to do these every time we have one of these. The next one's going to be not next week, but the week after. We got a lot of people that signed up for this, so I expect to have a lot of categories taken. So we're going to find out what categories are still open at the end of this. I just want to mention one last step before I get off, and that's going to be how to sign up if you're interested. I'm going to send an email out. It'll be from myself, Joe, or somebody on our team, and it'll have these options. The first, if you're able to select it and you get the email, that means it's open your category, or there's at least one spot open. Lock in your spot, whichever package, if you want month to month, whatever one you want, lock it up. The first package is free month. The second one is 2 free months. And the third one is a little bit more than 2 free months, but not quite 3. But there's just great value in this. And I'm looking to build a team here of really good people that and build something special and really build trust back in an industry that, like I said, lost it. So I'm excited about this. I thank you guys for your time and spending 30 minutes of your day with us. But thank you guys so much, and be on the lookout for that email. It's coming in the next hour. It'll be there. Thank you.